Good morning guys, Craig from Gifford's Electrical here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at a job just replacing some cabling that's been in situ for the last 4 years. It's outdoors. It's been working absolutely fine up until the previous electrician came and cut it, at which point there started to be issues. So what we've got here, we've got a couple of Wiska boxes. I've actually inspected these. Whoever fitted these, replaced these, has actually just left the bottoms exposed, so we're actually getting, when you open them up, there's a lot of moisture in there. I've already cleaned them out when I was here previously. So we're going to put in a one Wiska box, put the glands in, and then we're going to take the feed. One feed goes to a shed. This is the feed that we're actually replacing. So I'm going to take that along, take it right down, so it's all surface mounted. We're actually going to put it back in conduit, so it comes behind the shed, so you can see it continues to run along here, so all the way along. And then what we've got is up at this point here, we've got a little junction box, which somebody's decided to obviously put some sealer in or something like that, but it's no good. So yeah, we're going to replace that conduit up to there, and then it carries on, and then somewhere behind that tree it junctions off again to this point here. So we've got a feed in, feed out, that then comes up here, and we've got some lights. So client's probably going to get replacement lights as well, but at this point we only quoted to do replacement cabling, so we'll put junction boxes in and whatnot. That then runs over to the tree over there. Again, at the moment we might just junction that box, junction it off, so it's ready for a replacement light. We then obviously back along the fence line, comes across up to this point here, where we have another junction box, and then conduit to this tree here, and we're going to have again another light, probably a CCTV camera up here, and then the feed that carries on round goes to that gate. We're going to cut all that off, not use it because it's not in use anymore. That was for a pool, like a pool filtration room, so it's not needed anymore. We're going to get rid of that, and then I've got some other work coming up later on for that. So it's quite a long run. We're going to obviously, ordinarily we put armoured on, but because of it being surface mounted, the client just wants replacement cable, so we're going to put it in some conduit, so there is some additional mechanical protection there, and that is perfectly within the regs. So yeah, I'll get set up and we'll get cracking. Right guys, maybe somebody out there knows of a better way of doing this, but obviously we've got the Wiska box on the wall, and basically for the feeds going out, one's going to be in conduit obviously for the new cable. The other two feeds, one's going to the shed, one's going to a light switch upstairs. We're going to use glands. So obviously I've been able to find obviously black glands, but the problem is they're designed for round cable, so I've not been able to I've had a look, I've gone to the wholesalers, and nobody seems to do a black gland designed for T&E. So, and obviously when you close it, obviously you get that, you know, it just doesn't look great in my opinion. So I got some, obviously some Wiska ones, which they're only doing grey, and literally that's all I want. That little obviously oval ring, and I'm literally just going to pop it into the stuffing into the gland. So remove the piece there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, remove the circular bit. So let's take that out. Easier said than done when you've only got one hand. Right, I am going to buy, actually I've already bought it, I've bought a head mount because I just can't do, you know, hands on. So that's in there now, right? And as we do that up, that then forms the usual oval, you know, that will form the no, it's not, it's the wrong one, I've got the wrong gland. There we go. Right, let's that's one I've obviously already used. Right. So that's the jobby. That is what I'm taking out. There we go. That's better. So I bought these grey glands from Wiska, literally just to use that. I mean, if anybody has any other solution, I'm all ears. Put it on the old comments section. But let's get this out. Yeah, I'd already changed one over in the wholesaler, so I forgot that. So yeah, that literally, if I can sit that in there, so you kind of have to do a little bit of higgery pokery type scenario. Right, there we go. So that now sits in the compression gland, and obviously that will now tighten up. Don't know if you can see that, and then obviously I just think it makes a nicer fitting. I've already, you know, like I said, if you guys know of any better option, hit me up in the comments. Hey guys, Wiska box is now on. So as you can see, we've got our glands on top. I don't know about you, I quite like those. Bit of a faff that you can't buy them in black. Like I said, put them in the comments if you can, if you know where to get black ones. But certainly did a search online and spoke to my local wholesaler, couldn't find any. It's all made up in here. Although the IP rating, you know, they do have an IP rating, moisture will build up in them because obviously they're outside. So just make sure you drill your your drain hole. They do have them in the box, so yeah, just drill out, and any moisture that does build up inside can then obviously leave. So cable comes up through this Wiska the sealing membrane joint, and then all our connections have been made up. For some reason they were using multiple. I just put all the CPCs together. They had done a daisy chain from a 4 to another 4. Seems a bit daft, so just put them in a Wago 221. The other ones are obviously all good, and then we've got a I've just sealed that off. It's not actually in use, but rather than let any moisture build up on it, it is contained within there. So we're going to go up, flexi conduit all the way up, and then down to the garden. I haven't got the tripod. I have ordered one, or a mount for it, because I don't have a mount for the GoPro to go on the tripod. So I've ordered one. That should be here later today, so fingers crossed we'll be able to get the tripod set up maybe tomorrow. But to be fair, who wants to see me run flexi conduit 100 meters down the garden? A bit boring. Right guys, conduit's all in. No point filming that because it would have been a bore. You just wouldn't have enjoyed that. So what we've got, obviously Wiska, conduit runs round. So what we've done is we've actually kept it all to the top of the fence, so if there's any curves, bumps or anything on the top of the fence, it's in line. So as the ivy grows back, obviously it's all going to get hidden and buried away. So we come behind the two sheds. Basically I've got the fish tape in and I've had to disconnect the pipe as the fish tape isn't quite long enough. It's about 3 feet too short from the junction box, which is a bit of a pain. So that's going to be where we put it through first, and then we're going to literally run it all the way down. Now obviously, as I said, the client's already got some conduit in the ground, so again, yeah, top height. So this will be our first join effectively, from the first Wiska down to another Wiska box where the light fitting will be. We then come across and we continue all the way, and the client has been brilliant. He's actually removed all the ivy for me so we can get this up. Next junction box down. So this is where the client had their old their own conduit. So we've actually used one of the flexible fittings with some PVC glue attached to a Wiska box, so that'll just be a straight through. We'll actually put some new cable all the way through. We then continue all the way along, so all the way along through the fence, and then again final junction box. There isn't going to be anything past this, so this cable is all being removed. Down again to that junction box there. This one will come across the tree. We're actually going to cut this one a little bit shorter, take it up, new cable, cut off the old stuff. Another Wiska box up here. Client's actually going to get an IP camera as well, so we're going to have to do something about that. And then on the other trees, we're going to have probably put a 308 on this one, or whatever it is. I think was it a 308? Anyway, we're going to put obviously double junction box on here, level those off, so they're both the same height junction box, and then we'll actually just have the one feed going up to this light. Right, so another junction box up there, but we'll just have the one feed up here. The actual loop in, loop out will actually just go on to the next light. So we've got we actually have got a light to go in here, so that'll probably be on tomorrow. So today, literally for me, the rest of today is literally getting the cable run. If I can get the trees done as well, the first two trees, brilliant. If not, we've got tomorrow. So I did budget for 2.5 days just to be on the safe side, because I didn't know what was going to be the scenario with the client's conduit. But yeah, I'm going to put the camera down by the quick reel, literally just so, obviously, if you haven't seen it before, these are how simple they are, and they just keep on working. It hasn't let me down yet, and I've used it quite a few times now. Picked it up from the Alex show. It's a brilliant piece of kit, so really, if you've got the money, I think they're about 15-20 quid. Not hugely expensive at all. It's well worth it, because if you've got a damaged reel, you can just use this instead of it. So I'll set you up and we'll get pulling the cable. Cool, that's it now for today, guys. It's getting a bit on the dark side. So Wiska box is in, all connected up, and then we've actually got one of the main lights working already now, so just to make sure that we felt some accomplishment today. So yeah, it comes along. Obviously Wiska box looks it's quite tidy actually. So Wiska box connection up there, Wiska box. The 221s, I may add, from Where You Go fit nicely in there. So what have we got left to do tomorrow? So literally connection to the back. Got to run a cable down through this Wiska box to the tree. I've already fitted the, obviously I've set it on the glue, so I'm just literally letting that dry overnight. So we've got to pull a cable from here to there, and then from here to where the tree is with the white pole, and we've got a light to go in there. And then the same with this one really. We've actually I can probably put the lids on. So Wiska box, there's no join in here, little loop in the cable just to, so there is some slack there if needed. Comes down again, we no join, but the onto the existing conduit, so that'll just have a cover on. And then these are in here ready to be terminated, so we'll again come up to this tree. Client's got the CCTV camera coming. At some point we'll replace these lighting, but the client's actually got lots of, I think he's got about 8 bulbs, he said, to replace these. So until they go, we're not going to replace them. But Wiska up here for a joint, and then yeah, we've also got some other work. This client's actually asked for some additional work. This cabling is going to come off, all of this cabling, right to the back here. So behind here used to be a pond, a pool filter system. So underneath here is where it is at the moment. So client's going to extend that. We're basically from this pool house. There's a consumer unit on the back wall here. So just behind here. There's no extraneous conductive parts, so they haven't actually converted this building to a TT. However, we're going to take a feed out of here in armour, drop it down. There are some spare ways. I'm going to take it down to here, and then the client is actually going to have a mini board in here with a light, which will be functioned off a PIR or maybe a door contactor. So when they open the door, obviously the light comes on. But they're on about also having a heat exchanger here. So we'll probably end up converting this to this particular building. Maybe convert that to a TT. So it because there will be metallic parts on this particular part of the shed, we'll get rid of that. So there's a pool filter and a pool pump to go in here, along with a heat exchanger. So that'll have a separate board and bits and pieces. So yeah, lots and lots to do in this property. I mean, it literally was a client, it was brilliant. Client contacted me just to come and look at replacing some cabling, and already, you know, there's more work out of it. So that's great. So I'm going to leave you guys to it for today. Obviously, for the video, it will just be, you know, one video. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Morning, guys. It's day 2 of the garden job. We've got a light to fit, obviously, along with the remaining cabling between the trees. All the surface stuff was done. So I reckon it's due to rain about midday today here. So I think I've got a good 4 hours to pull cables and get them connected in the new boxes, etc. We got a spike light from Aurora, G10 LED. So we've gone for, I think the bulbs we've gone for are 500 lumen, 5 watt ones. So yeah, we'll get that fitted and then go from there. I'm actually going to take you with me today. I've got a GoPro head mount that came through yesterday. Yeah, something like that. So I'm just going to bolt you on, and then you can come with me. Happy days. Right, guys, I've got you on the edge. Let's have a quick sip of the tea and we'll get going. Not bad first thing in the morning. Right, where it is. So I need some of that later, probably. Excellent. Brown tape. Oh, I know what I've forgotten already this morning. The old cable reel. Get this polythene off, and then I'll let's go and get it, because it's just makes life a little bit easier now. Right. So this morning, so this is all done here, along with that light over there, runs through conduit behind this tree. Box there should now be glued. The glue should have set, so we'll get that mounted on the wall, on the tree, and we're going to do a pull from behind this tree to here. Actually, I might do it the other way around, haven't decided yet. And then we've got to go from where the white pole is to this box again. The box has already been, just got to put the lids back on, but cable runs through to this junction here. We're going to replace the cabling, so we'll get that sorted as well. Why am I still pulling the cable through? I have no idea. So go and grab the cable reel, and then we can get the ball rolling. It's a bit wet outside, so actually the drum will just fall apart if I don't put the cable reel on. Right guys, that is us done at this job with the garden lights. Unfortunately the battery died, and in true schoolboy error I forgot to charge them. And then it started to absolutely hammer down with rain, so I've not actually been able to get any footage of the final job done, but customer's really happy. We've got some more work to do for the client when they get the pump house sorted. He's going to do the foundations, and he wants the when the shed gets installed, all the electrics for that sorted as well. So we've got probably another 2-3 days here at this property as and when we come back. But yeah, for now, hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again soon. Cheers.